Good morning, everybody. Gary and Tammy here with Crystal Vision Pools, hashtag Cvpoolpros. Coming at you with another pool school video. I did this as a pool school video because there's some kind of important information that we're going to be talking about, and I want this to be where everybody can see it by going into our YouTube channel. I want to talk about, in the description, it says you get what you pay for. Well, there's a reason why we're doing this. So, and this happens very rarely with us, but, you know, a lady contacted us wanting weekly pool service. So, told her we needed the pictures. She sent us the pictures, gave her the price. Now, the price, it's down in Bucks County, which is where I'm from. It's about 2 hours away from us, roughly, an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us. Actually, it was 2 hours or a little bit more because it was Hatboro, which is further down than where I'm from. So, gave her a quote, and didn't hear anything back. So I'm in a bunch of different groups, and one of them is the Huntington Valley group. So I'm in there, and I get a notification that in the Huntington Valley group, somebody put up a post about pools. They posted anonymously, but I can tell you it was her. And what she put up was is $150 a visit, a fair price, full service. So one guy put up, I don't even know the guy's name, don't care, but one guy put up, I charge $90, you supply the chemicals. And everybody else in there, 3 or 4 other people in there, put, yes, that's going rate, which down that area it is. We're actually on the lower side. There's a couple companies that are a little higher than us yet. But 3 or 4 people put, that's going rate. I put, and it wasn't as the pool company, it was as me, I put, as the owner of a professional pool company, I can tell you that that is very fair price, and that is the going rate in the area. Now, there were some other people that put up, you know, I'll use this company, we love them, blah, 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 whatever. So, I want to explain something. When you get these people that want to charge you these low prices, we were once one of those companies. And I'm going to tell you something. You can't make a professional living that way. A professional pool company is going to use professional chemicals, and they are not going to be included. If a pool company is including chemicals, they're either overcharging you, the customer, at times, or they're losing money at times. There's no in between. Sometimes they might hit it, but like this year, if people were to include chemicals this year with the heat and the rain that we've been having, some companies would be losing money. All right? So, I want to make sure you guys understand that when I say you get what you pay for, the knowledge that we have, that professional pool companies have, me, I've got 31 years in the business, Tammy's 8. So we have 39 years in the business. We have 39 years worth of knowledge and experience that is what you're paying for. So yeah, we're going to be higher. And again, we're not as high as some others. And we do more. We know that for a fact, because Tammy's looked at on the websites of a lot of these, most of these other companies to see what they include in a lot of their services. And a lot of their services, they don't include some of the shit we do. So please keep that in mind when you're shopping around, okay? Not everything is as it seems when you get somebody with a cheap rate. Matter of fact, most of it's probably not as it seems when you get the cheaper rate. All right, nothing in pools is cheap. Nothing. All right, and when they say, chemicals are included, I'm going to tell you something right now.
They're losing money.
Well, either they're losing money or they're not using good chemicals. They're using shit chemicals. They're going to Walmart or the big box stores to buy shit chemical. All right, we use professional grade chemicals. Chemicals that could be used in public pools, commercial pools. Same name brand chemicals. We don't use HTH. We don't use Pool Essentials.
We don't use Clorox.
We don't use Clorox. My God, good point. Clorox should really have stuck with detergent. So, you guys got to understand that in order for a professional pool company to make money, it's not cheap. This industry is not cheap.
And let me...
Go ahead.
I'm actually going to make a very good point. I don't know what any of these other pool companies are using to track their drive time, or if they don't care about their drive time, they should.
That's a good point.
Because I'm just going to put it out there that
these people would be sick if they knew
a lot
drive time
of our customers are more than an hour and a half, and some of them are 2 hours away. Now, I'm just going to put it out there that we have an app that tracks the mileage and how much it costs in gas.
Does it really?
For all these trips.
I didn't know it tracked the gas.
And just for us to go from Hamburg to, I'm going to throw it out there, Westchester and Warminster areas, that's almost $50 one way. So if you
Is that what the app tells you?
Yeah, it tells me the prices.
$50 one way.
So if you as a pool company are charging $80 or $90 and you're driving long distances, my friend, you are losing money. You are not making any money. What people need to understand is there is service on the vehicles that have to be done. That's not cheap. There is gas. That is not cheap.
Repairs.
It is repairs on driving. Now, granted, everybody has that no matter what you're doing, but
you have to figure it in.
We're a service company.
You have to figure it in.
We're coming to you.
Now, thank God, one thing I will say about us that we're lucky, I can do the majority of the work on the vehicles. I just did the ball joint when it broke. So, I do the majority of the work on the vehicles. But that's not really the point. It's still my time.
Right.
And it's still the parts.
You're paying. And a lot of our customers have said, you're too cheap. You got to bring your prices up. We get told that all the time.
Yeah, we do.
We're not. Chemicals are going up.
But that's the industry.
But yeah, if it goes up for us, it goes up for you. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not losing money.
But our labor rate's been the same for 3 years.
And I'm not giving stuff away.
Yeah, no.
If we do, that's at our discretion, and you probably caught me on a really good day because that don't ever happen.
No, it doesn't.
You
don't even give me freebies.
I might feel froggy twice a year, and don't worry about it. And that's if. I'm not saying you what? You're also paying to have the owners come out. It's combined 38 years of 39 years. It's not some company that's been bought out by a bigger conglomerate where the employees are complaining, I'm just a number anymore, so I don't give a shit about my job.
True statement. We've been told that by somebody that works for one of the companies that was bought out.
The company is not being handed down to an in-law or the next of kin where they know jack shit and they're just flying by the seat of their pants.
Another true statement that we've been told.
You're getting the two owners that have built it from the ground up, that have the field experience
And knowledge.
and are passionate about taking care of the customer. We don't sugarcoat, we don't tell you you need it. If you don't, we're not out to make the almighty dollar, because what some of these other companies that don't care are charging, we should be charging, and we're not. Just throwing it out there. We shouldn't be driving around in the van that we are. But that's because we're honest, we're not out to gouge the customer, and we're trying to make it fair and affordable.
As much as possible.
Right.
Pools are not affordable to begin with. They're expensive. That's all there is to it. And I don't care whether you have an in-ground or above. Above grounds are getting just as expensive as in-grounds.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It does not matter. I'm not charging by the size of your pool,
Which
like
we
some
found out somebody
of them are.
Can't believe that. Don't understand that at all.
The size does not matter. You are there to do the job, no matter what the size is.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing no matter what the size of the pool, whatever.
If you're a state away, and I'm gonna say this.
Boy, that's a good point. I see where you're going with that.
I'm gonna say this. We had a guy from outside of Nashville contact us about doing service on his pool. He needed something done to his pool, and he was struggling with it. And as a matter of fact, it wasn't even open yet. He was struggling to get it open because it's only him, and something happened, and he needed help. And I said, I'll tell you what, here's the deal. I will charge you the same price as what we charge up here. However, you're going to pay for my travel, you're going to pay for my hotel. I was fair.
That's a deal and a half.
I was fair about it. I could have been like, I'm going to charge you $900 for your opening plus time and travel.
And even
I at least made it fair, where I'm going to tell you 95% of other companies are not going to be fair like that. So I'm just throwing it out there. That was a deal and a freaking half, considering that was outside of Nashville and we're in Pennsylvania. I'd have jumped on that goddamn deal if that would have been me. Or I'm looking for somebody that has good experience. No matter what service company you're looking for, you're going to get what you pay for.
True statement.
And the cheapest is not the best. I don't care what you're looking to get.
Cheap ain't good and good ain't cheap.
There's a reason why it's cheap, no matter what it is.
And I'm going to tell you the worst
thing. If you're looking for a vehicle, a hair salon, a nail technician, I don't care what you're looking for.
The worst thing in the pool industry today.
Reasonable is what you're looking for, and good quality work. And if you get somebody that does good quality work, it shouldn't matter what your wallet has in it. That's something that's worth something paying for. Just throwing it out there.
One of the worst things in the pool industry today or one of the biggest lack thereof in the pool industry today is knowledge of chemistry.
And honesty.
Honesty, integrity, reliability, that all goes without. That's why we're getting busier and busier. But guys, chemistry, I mean, I wish we had pictures to show you the pool that we just cleared up from black to what it was when we left the other day.
Stay tuned, because when it's all clear and the time frame, it will be up. I already have some photos of.
Chemistry is something that is a dead art, and it is an art form. It's knowledge. You've got to know chemistry. And these pool companies that can't clear these pools up, guys, we're talking not a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're talking 4 weeks. We're talking months. These companies cannot clear these pools up for these customers. We're getting them cleared up in a week to 2 weeks max. Some of them within days. Chemistry knowledge is everything. I don't understand how you're involved in the pool industry and you don't know chemistry. I just don't get it. You know, like I just said a little while ago, cheap isn't good and good isn't cheap. Period. And that's like Tammy was saying, no matter what industry you're in. But pools, we're seeing it really bad. Every Joe Schmo that comes over here wants to open up a fucking pool company because they think it's easy. Trust me, we've seen it. I've seen it. And it's gotten really bad over the past 5 years. Really bad. You know, I would say Bob's Pools, but I can't because there is actually a Bob's Pools. You know, Joe Schmo's Pool Service.
That's Joe Blow.
You know, Schmutz Pools is...
For those that have heard us talk about Schmutz.
Yeah, for those that have, that's why I did that. For those that have heard the inside joke. You know, Schmutz R Us Pools is, you know, you guys do your freaking research on these companies. You got to do your due diligence research on these companies before you use them. And you got to look at reviews. And you got to look at all the reviews. But here, you know what? Actually, hold on. I'm going to tell you something. And I know this for a fact because I used to work for the company. I'm not going to tell you who it is. But I worked for the company, and the owner himself, well, I'm sorry, the 10% owner himself, his wife actually owns 90% of it. He owns 10. The co-owner, boy, he would be pissed if he heard me say that. The co-owner, out of his own mouth, told me when they get reviews come in, they get alerted of the reviews that come in, and they have to look at the review because they only let good reviews through. They delete the bad. Take that for what it's worth. Personally, I think that's fucking shitty. Because if you get a bad review, now you're not going to know. Now you're not going to know until they have you locked in. And believe me, they're losing a lot of business. So, take that for what it's worth. He told me out of his own mouth, yeah, well, we don't keep the bad reviews. They come to us, we weed through them, and we only let the good reviews through. I'm like, really? Why would you do that? Well, we don't want to look bad. Okay, well, no comment.
They're looking bad on their own.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need help in that department. But my point is, even be careful with reviews. Because you know what? Here's the thing. If you get a company that's got all good reviews, to me, that's actually a red flag. Honestly. There is no company out there that's not going to do something wrong or have a negative... we've had them. Not that it was our fault, but we've had people...
Two that I know of.
2 or 3, yeah, something like that. And
because they didn't get what they wanted.
They didn't get what they wanted.
And one said we were out there and we were never.
Yeah, we were never even on their property. We had never worked in that city up to that point. We had never been there. What they did is they mistook us, Crystal Vision Pools, for Crystal Pools, which does have a very bad reputation from Jersey. I know that.
They have a bunch of them because they're an LLC.
Yeah, then
they have some in different areas.
They're a franchise.
Yeah.
were never at the guy. Well, it's actually his parents' house, he said. If you see good reviews, at least a young, be a red flag. Be messy. There it is. All right. So anyway, just be really careful who you're dealing with, guys, because there's a lot of I don't want to say fakes because they're not really fakes.
A lot of fly-by-nighters.
Fly-by-nighters, and I don't even really want to say that because they're trying their best, some of them, but they don't have the experience and the knowledge to do the job the way it needs to be done, or to use the correct chemicals, to use good chemicals. They're shortcutting, and that's not the way to do business in swimming pools. That's just not the way. I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen companies come and go. You guys would shit yourself if you knew how many bigger pool companies are losing customers and we're gaining them. They're losing customers because they don't care like they used to. The industry's become lazy, for lack of a better way really to put it. Lazy and lack of knowledge. It's a shame, but I mean, it is what it is.
And we hear it. We're not just throwing this shit
Yeah,
out there.
we're not just throwing this out there.
We are getting told this.
We're getting told this by people that are coming to us to fix problems that other companies couldn't fix. Like, this is coming right from customers' mouths. It's a shame. It really is. I mean, and these are not just other little companies. These are big nationwide companies that in certain areas are just dropping the ball. So please be vigilant and do some research. Like I said, I mean, look at reviews, and if there's no bad reviews, I don't know. I would think twice about that. Because like I said, I know a pool company that had all good reviews because they don't let the bad ones through. And believe me, they have some bad reviews because we have some of their ex-customers. And I'm going to tell you what, we've had to fix some of the plumbing work and get pools clean that they couldn't clear up. Some of the plumbing work was pathetic. Was still leaking, and I had to fix it. So trust me, they have bad reviews. They just don't let them through. So that's about really all I've got. Another couple days on the 1st, we'll be doing another Q&A live. Be sure to tune in with that, with pen and paper, and ask questions. We'll be there to answer questions the best we can. We still have other things going on, like merchandise and stuff like that. We've just been crazy busy. Oh, if you contact them, well, you know what, I'm not going to do that one on here. I'll do that as a regular live. All right, we're going to get over here, guys. Everybody have a good day. Be safe. We'll talk to y'all soon. If you need us, you know how to get a hold of us. See you on the next one.